everyone, and welcome to our final stream game of the night. I'm G-Man, and we are going to be wrapping up MRE Uno action for today with a bit of MRE Uno After Dark. To say this has been a crazy day is absolutely an understatement. I mean, we've had a lot of action so far, both divisions here. At the two matchup effort, and then never ended up happening today because one of the players did not end up showing up, so we're trying to figure that one out. But let's jump to the D1 side of things. We started off with a very tense matchup. Drip versus Radin. I mean, I think a lot of people were expecting Drip to go into this smooth sailing, but I mean, there was some surprising plays in general when Radin was very close to winning this one again, to pulling off another shocker, and that probably would have been a dagger for Drip's chances. But Drip survives that one 4-3, moves on to the next round, survives that one in the FIR region. And then a little later, first stream game of the day was Clay Wolf versus Sam England. That one won pretty long, hour 4 minutes. Clay Wolf was able to get the job done 4-2. Sam England stays in that relegation battle as both Rodden and Sam England are there. And then we have another player who's in the relegation battle. All three of these players are actually relatively in the same area. I'm pretty sure all of them are eight wins and technically the last spot in right now. But it was a Swamp region, number 6 Eli Galbraith and number 11 Zach A. Eli won 4-1 and Zach with another disappointing result there. Rodden, Sam England, and Zach all have 1 win, 4 losses in 8 game wins, so that's going to be a very tight battle going into tournament 5, presuming one of the 0-win players ends up winning to bump one of them out of the field. And we had Nick versus Leighton Sanders going, but the bot crashed during Game 7, and there was a whole discussion about clear paths and whatnot, so that game's actually been suspended for now. We're just going to move on to this one also because both these players are moving long enough. We had about a half an hour delay, but we're going to get Ziamba versus MGR started, and before we do that, we're just going to quickly jump to the bracket pod here. Again, winner of this will go on to face Bradish. This is going to be another 8-9. In the lower half of this upper half for the this pod, Yepes beat Clint 4-0, and then we saw earlier today Drip beat Rod. That should say 4-3, but that says 4-2, but slight mistake there. Before we jump into the stream, though, let's take a quick look at each player's season so far. I mean, Ziamba, of course, didn't really have the best starts to the season, lost in the first round to Eli 4-1. But April showed some promise. Didn't quite get the win, but was able to take Yepes to Game 7, really showed some opportunity there. And the Masquerade AMA was the big breakout tournament Ziamba was looking for. Since he joined the league in April of last year, was able to finally get a series win and went all the way to the round of 8, where they were undone by Christian Tago in a 5-3 matchup. Put up a really, really solid effort in that one, looking to capitalize off that momentum they gained from May. Then they beat Dark Rain, Nam, and Lara in that run. On the WTO side here, we have MGR, another player who's kind of still looking for that big breakout run. Really hasn't got it yet, but lost to Kev 4-3 in March in the first round. Did get a win over Nick in the round of 64 in April, but then lost to Ashley 4-2 there. And then unfortunately lost to Lara 4-2 in May, which was a bit of a disappointing result for them. They are looking for a big turnaround here, especially as someone who's kind of in that relegation battle here. So a win would be absolutely huge for him to make sure any doubts are removed from that front. Okay, we're going to jump to the stream here. Again, a lot of people left this late night. Yoshi, I mean, I'm just going to jump through this with you quickly here. This matchup is one of the 8-9s. I think this is one that a lot of people see as an even. But I mean, with Ziamba with the big run in May, MGR is definitely looking for something to at least avoid relegation, but also a possible breakout run. What are we expected for both these players, and how do you think both are going to take what they've done in the past to try to apply it here?
So yeah, they've both shown some at least decent promise. You know, MGR, I think, did get the opportunity to go up against Ashley and did take some games in that situation, and it wasn't like a clean victory for Ashley. She did have to work for it. So I feel like that that kind of shows that he's definitely got something to prove. And I mean, it might just be a case where he just hasn't been able to show it because everyone else is just like beating him pretty convincingly. So he's still got some work to do, and beating Ed would definitely be a good win because from what we've seen with Ed, especially in the last tournament, he's definitely turned it up and is basically kind of a player to watch at this point. Like you can't really count him out in any situation at this point. We saw the hint of that against Yepes, and here in the T3 we saw that we saw that with a pretty big run, losing to Tago, and it was still a close match, nonetheless, even then. So, both these players, I feel like trying to prove themselves is, you can't count them out, each other out. So, I think I expect them to kind of have this game as a chance to prove themselves and see like if they can really get far when they need to, because I feel like for both of them they both kind of want to get far in this tournament to make a statement. But yeah, I think this match could definitely go either way.
Yeah, I mean, usually we would ask the players if they'd like to make a pregame comment before, but I mean, we are kind of running late. This is about half-hour delay, so we're just going to roll through with this. Ed is the higher seed, so he will start game number 1 here. We will see what he goes with and go from there. It goes from 12, so she's going to update the scoreboard, the cards here. I'll grab the scoreboard, and we will be ready to get things going with game number 1.
Okay.
Emma joins, so is MGR.
Yeah. All right, let's do this.
Here we go.
Hope for the clean match. And just that what happened earlier was just a one-time thing for the day. Oh boy. While it's working, let's just have faith for now as the game begins. Okay, got the green 1. I mean, nope, the green 4 from Ziemba here. GR
Immediate
responding.
ditto.
You're responding with a ditto. Very interesting. Switch comes into play pretty early. MGR is probably MGR. Okay. We'll see what he goes for here. Is he content with the blue? No, he's not. Gonna switch out.
And there's that classic triple play with the color switch there. So MGR again does the first run of the game, so it creates a bit of separation from Ed here. We'll see how he responds. Does a table
Yeah,
check.
you gotta check the table to make sure he has a better idea of where he's at after that triple. So got a yellow 8 to respond here. Oh yeah, keep in mind that Edward does have the Edison nickname, so if we see a lot of light switches, but okay, hold on, MGR isn't afraid to do it either. But yeah, for Ziemba, I mean, maybe he's being a bit more controlled with these switches. He has been doing it, but not super often, which might actually be a good thing. We'll see how it ends up, but right now they've been playing pretty clean, no draws. Okay, here we go, another run from MGR.
This might be another one of those color switching triples. Just to go a bit
Okay,
further here, this could be the game. No, it is not.
Still, I mean, that is very interesting to go for, getting down to 2. I mean, this could be just a classic finish, so if Ed has anything to respond, he probably should do it here.
You
That's not
can't.
allowed.
You can't.
Yeah. Hold on.
All right, Ziemba's still free to play.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, he understands. All right. So, Ed is going to play as usual. We'll see.
We'll see what Ziemba does here. Yeah, throws the +4 down.
Yeah, that power play probably gave away that he had the finish. So, that's the only right move to make in that situation. Good for him to have the +4, because otherwise he would have been in trouble. Wow.
It was a +2.
MGR
No,
is
not
the wild.
+2. Wild. I'm scattered brain right now, but I could see a switch from Ziemba here. He's gonna put the blue skip.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, putting the
Goes to the yellow.
pressure on. Wow,
Straight back to the yellow.
doing good with these color switches. I feel like he's playing more tactically with them, which I feel like is like where you can see
And
just
he
how he
draws there.
improves his
Interesting.
gameplay.
So it seems like he wanted to. Maybe we wanted to switch to the blue afterwards, but preferred to go for the stall there based off the situation.
Yeah, it looks like, I mean, if that's all you can do to get out of blue, then I think it's fair enough. So,
MGR has a
but
+4 there, and it goes back to blue anyways. So
in all fairness, that did force MGR to use that +4, so it does help head. But if MGR is anything more, then I feel like there's just nothing you can do in that situation. But
another block on the color here. Switches to the green. MGR does respond.
okay, yeah, this is where if MGR ran out of ammo after that
And
+4, this is
+2.
where the
There we
game
go.
starts getting interesting. +2.
Another +2 stacks it.
Ooh,
Goes 6.
wait a minute. He had a yellow +2 in there. Where's this going? Wow.
I'm wondering if this is some of the stuff he got off that +4 because he did draw on yellow before. It gets the yellow 4 that ended there, but maybe
Um,
I don't know if he would have. I don't know if he would have played the. He would have just held the +2 and draw, but I feel like some of that was definitely from the +4 per se. Gets a quick switch to the red though, so I'm wondering if maybe he didn't have anything left on the yellow.
yeah, I think, maybe his initial strategy was to keep some yellows, but go back to it to stall MGR out. But, in a way, it did help. It definitely helped him because of the +4, him using that +4. So I feel like Ed, regardless, is in a good spot right now. Let's see if he can continue. Yes.
1.5 card lead as he goes down to 3. Getting close to hitting 6 minutes here in this first game. We'll see what MGR has though, and he draws. He's got
Oh,
nothing.
I think that's the first draw MGR's had. So really, the luck has run out from him here. And this is Ed's big opportunity to get the win, and
Red 2.
I mean, I wouldn't say necessarily a steal, but I mean, I guess if MGR used the power play right, he could have won. Okay, blue 2. Does that stop Ed or does that help him? Oh, okay. Good switch. MGR gets a chance to run it down now. Taking him far. We'll see how far it goes. Blue 8. Oh, that's a good table check, actually. Getting close to down.
Yellow 8.
And what a switch.
It's another. That's going back to the yellow here. So we've gone back to the yellow quite a few times. And MGR gets
No
another +4.
way.
Wow. And that's
That's
gonna wrap it
game.
up. Wow.
I
I
wonder where
really.
that +4 came from. Might have been from the. What if it was from that one red draw on the red 3? Oh my god. I don't know. But I feel like Ed was kind of. He did well. He honestly did really well for that game because just you could tell MGR's hand had a really good hand, even after getting +4 and +2 and all that. I mean, yeah, it's a good win for MGR. I feel like he had everything there. So like,
So that's the question for MGR. I mean, for Ziamba throwing here. I mean, obviously that it felt like a kind of a tough situation there. He had some good switches and whatnot, but unfortunately, it was not meant to be. Any thoughts for after that game one? I mean, you still have home field for game number two. Anything you may have taken from that to try and adjust for this upcoming match? Again, see, I'm just gonna type out his answers. MGR, I'm not entirely sure. We haven't seen MGR exactly typing at the moment, but
There you go.
we need to do the ping for the match. I'm just gonna do a ping squad.
Okay, yeah. Still feeling confident. Fair play.
Yoshi, just read off the answers while I'm just getting
Oh,
this.
okay. So yeah, Ed says it was a great first match. I've learned how my opponent plays. I will be adapting for the next match. I mean, yeah, when you lose the first game, I feel like that's the best thing to do. Really, just see where if you did anything wrong and kind of get a feel for how he plays. So then you can figure out what to do later. And for MGR, he says, I think it's about thinking that. Oh, sorry. For me, I think it's about thinking about when's the right time to use certain cards and overall ammo control. Yeah, ammo control, big thing in certain games. And, you know, in most games, ammo control matters at least a little bit. In this case, definitely did. Maybe, you know, let's say MGR did have 2+4s from the start. You know, he might have you know, he used one and then saved that one to the finish. Like that's a bit of ammo control right there. I think that is definitely important when you get the ammo. Now, if MGR, now it's really a test for this rest of the series. Once MGR doesn't get the ammo, how can he go up against that? I think that's where MGR has to make sure he doesn't lose the momentum here, depending on the hand he gets from the next game.
Definitely. With that said, we're gonna jump into game two right away. Ziemba still has a call here. We'll see what he goes with for this one.
Yes. 7, okay. There we go. We're going to the OG, bringing it back to the basics with seeing if this works. And I think, you know, it's always good to try the OG and see how it goes. Where is it? Okay. SMGR takes his time here.
Just taking a second. Again, just kind of waiting on MGR here. There he is.
He's got it.
There we go. Yellow
Yellow
5.
5 is the start for this one. Oh, and we got a switch early. MGR was already typing before. Might have expected it to stay yellow, but here we got a switch in. So MGR looking for the response. Oh my god. Potentially a huge run. Okay, just a triple to put him already down to 4.
Yeah, I mean, this has been a big run from MGR so far. We'll have to see what maybe the initial play was on the start if it didn't switch, but maybe he could find a switch here. Maybe he has the other 0, or maybe continues it on red. We'll have to see.
Yeah, an interesting draw from Ed there. After that switch into red, he just didn't have any left. We could be a draw city if MGR ran out as well. We'll see.
It just kind of depends on what MGR has here at this point. If he still has, I feel like there's a possibility he still has red, because I mean, some people usually like playing the 0 to try to keep it going on that color, but there's a possibility there could also be a yellow. No, he has nothing left here, so we might have a bit of a draw city going. That's gonna draw again here. I think the real thing here is we're gonna have the cards go up, but if you keep getting those draws in the same color here to just keep the card count low, that could play a big difference here in this match. We'll see how both these players adjust to it as we go along.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen games where, you know, they go to draw cities quite a bit. I remember in Clay and Sam England, they have gone to draw cities multiple times in a game, and I think patience is where it really matters. It's like if you have responses to make, but you wait to do it until you feel like the right time to do it, that could make the difference rather than just going for it.
Ooh, +2.
And as I say that, we got a +2 from Ed here. Are we going to see a switch on this to bring a +6? No, we got a wild.
Interesting. That's an artificial switch here. I'm wondering if maybe Ed drew the +2 earlier, didn't want it, but then got the wild there. Just decided to drop off when that popped up in his deck. He gets the blue reverse, so gonna go a bit of a run. I think he's gonna close this gap, possibly take the lead here. Yeah, blue 5, just a double.
Yeah, you know, after that triple play from MGR, he's really making sure that he catches back up, and it's really going to happen now with MGR running out of blue. Okay, the blue 6. I like that he waited to play that instead of going for the ditto. MGR might be able to switch on the 6. We'll see. Maybe he doesn't have any. Maybe he still has to draw. Okay. He's taking his time, so could have multiple options. Okay, we have a table check, and okay, he goes for the switch. Yeah, he did in fact have the switch on the 6 there.
The question is, does Ziemba run the yellow? And I mean, that might have been the switch he wanted, so just got to put some thoughts into MGR's head on what to do here.
Oh yeah, the 4 people that reacted are the 2 commentators and the 2 players.
Yellow skip, maybe gets a switch here.
Yeah, might be, and I might be looking for that. Oh yeah, there
+6 to go there. And the reverse keeps it running.
God. If this is okay, it's not the run. But I mean, that makes sense why he went for that. Definitely puts him close here. Gets down to 3. Ed back to 9. So
yeah, that is a 5-bagger, so
just plays this cool. We'll see how this goes.
I mean, if there's a +4 here, I'd say this game's wrapped up, but
yeah, for sure.
Alright, just a green
okay. Green 8 could still have one. Ed has to be aware of that and hope that, you know, he doesn't. Okay, that makes sense, right? The 8, he switched out of yellow. If he doesn't have the finish here, it could be a draw. Really just testing. Yeah, okay.
Runs out.
Does work. So he didn't have a finish, which is good for Ed now.
MGR with the draw here. Ed just gonna run the yellow here. It goes with the yellow 0. I think he wants to hold the yellow.
Yeah, really hoping that MGR doesn't have a 0 left in there.
Just about to hit 6 minutes here on the clock, and we have. Obviously, this could depend on what MGR is drawn here in this most recent draw. So he's up. He has 3 cards, and it's taking a second to think about this.
Okay,
Plays
it's going to be a yellow one.
couldn't play with the T1 there, but
So, yeah, that was most likely off the draw. Just trying to look for that switch, and we're trying to look for that number, basically.
definitely.
Now we're going up 1, 0, 1, 2.
I mean, the thing for Ziemba here is he really just got to play these numbers right here, and that's I'm just saying that because he doesn't want to play on the wrong number here, and MGR gets a switch here, and this is a very dangerous spot here. I mean, this could depend on what Ziemba has here. We'll see what he does, whether he has anything on red or maybe something else here, but
Yeah, yeah. If he had anything saved, he might just use it here just to not take any chances. But it really depends on what Ed has left. I feel like he's gonna go for, whatever his best card is. He's probably just gonna use it.
has
Oh
nothing
wow,
on red here. It's just gonna draw.
could. Okay. Maybe just testing if MGR has another red. We'll see if he has it.
No
Does
finish.
not. Okay. So that was a good draw. If if he had other options, he chose to draw. That was a good move. Oh, that is risky.
I'm not sure about that one. There's a really very real possibility here MGR could get back to Uno once again. Um, I mean, I don't really love that light switch, but it could pay dividends here. MGR gets to Uno here. We'll
We'll
see what
see.
Ziemba
Yeah,
does. He
he
made
just
that.
gets to Uno.
He made the decision here to switch the green. We'll see what he's gonna do with this.
Green 5. Okay, just again, just
Gonna
testing if he has the same color.
He's gonna commit to it. He made the choice. Gonna commit to the decision. I think that's good. He made a choice. He's gonna can't be running away from it. Light voice crack there, but MGR's taking a bit here as we're at 9 minutes 20 seconds.
Wow,
Nothing on the green here, so it does pay off here. MGR sticks to his guns and it works out.
Ed.
Or not Ed, yes. Again, it's 11 at night here. This is kind of what the product of Uno After Dark here. I gotta get up early tomorrow, so
Oh man. Okay, now things get interesting. We have Ed running out and MGR just drawing. I mean, MGR hoping for the top deck, and Ed just feeling good about stalling MGR out there because he definitely took a bit of risks to get to this point. Still need to look for that win though. I feel like he's definitely gotten closer, but it's just he doesn't have the right cards yet.
just kind of a bit of a draw city going here, but this player's kind of just playing it a bit slow here. We have past 10 minutes, so this is longer than game 1.
Oh yeah, I just realized this is just game 2.
Plays the green 2.
Yeah, had another 2. or just drew it, I guess. Checking the table, maybe thinking about switching here.
This is low cards here, so
Oh, wow.
has the. I mean, it has the +4. I mean, it didn't quite type it out correctly, but
Yeah. Yeah, here's where he goes through something big here. I mean, given that he checked the table, I don't think this is the finish, but it's gonna probably be close. Okay. Yeah, that puts him at 2. And MGR. Oh,
nothing.
oh
No
no.
play there. Draws. We'll see if Ziemba gets the
Oh my
Uno.
goodness. Yeah, this could have been the
Nothing.
wow. I guess, MGR. Guess he was, yeah, okay. Well, he was thinking MGR would switch. He does it now. Okay. Interesting plays from both, to be honest. Ed does get back to 2. MGR maybe looking for, I don't know, just maybe keeping it red and hope he doesn't finish on it.
Yeah, MGR kind of running the red here. I mean, again, these cards are still really low here, so this game could end at any possibility, especially with the right draw, but
Mm-hmm. Okay. Ed doesn't have any reds left in his deck, in his hand.
MGR keeps it running, though.
Yeah, it does look good for him right now. Ooh, there's a switch. Definitely be the color he needs here.
Hmm. I'm curious what MGR is looking for here, because this may not have been the switch he wanted right now, so I'm curious how this is going to switch up his plan to the end here.
Yeah, it could just be another draw, but I do feel like he has something at least to respond, but it's really on what he goes for.
I think it's 7-2 here, so I mean, I don't know if that was a great table check from Ziemba per se, but skip into the
Wow.
wild yellow.
That's a I would think he would have chosen that color because he has something on yellow to set him back, but
That's
if not,
Uno.
yeah, he definitely at least had. I felt like he would have had to have yellow, at least one of them, the 2 cards left. So,
Let's see what
um,
he does here.
yeah, let's see what the plan what was MGR's plan in this situation.
I mean, yellow 8 is the Uno call here. Just waiting to see what MGR decides to play in response. A
Okay, he
reverse of
just
the 9
had.
here, so I mean,
Okay,
listen, you got
he's
you made.
he's testing.
Listen, you made the decision, you stick to it, and it works out. Diema draws, does not have the second yellow to close it out. And a quick switch to the
Oh
red here. I
my!
mean, MGR's got to be going on the attack
He's
here.
doing
I
what
mean,
Ed did earlier.
Yeah, I mean, this has to be on the attack here. I think he might see an opening. He's just gunning for it. Ziema has another draw. I'm sure done it too.
Oh my, yeah. This should be at least to Uno the way he's planning this out.
Listen, maybe have the connector bank on the fact that he doesn't have that second yellow. And that's where it was.
Oh,
Yep, saw the ending there and closed it out. MGR goes up 2-0. That's a great play there. Plays the wild yellow, commits to the belief he doesn't have the yellow, gets it, and then has his direct path to the finish there to close things out. That's great stuff from MGR. And 16-minute game, so we really were in for a while. But Ziema, I mean, I thought you played that pretty solid most of the time, but you couldn't really quite get the finish there. What happened there, and what do you need to do to try to get this series turned around here? Just couldn't quite close it out. Unfortunately, going to have to change the plan of attack. Okay, and then there's the question for MGR. Yeah, just kind of waiting on MGR for that one before we continue. But honestly, I feel like that was pretty close. Definitely was throughout. A lot of low cards throughout most of that match. He is typing a little bit more. But
that definitely felt like a closer game. Like they both got to Uno at one point. Neither of them had it, and then it was just the MGR. It was MGR's final plan with having enough resources to execute it. So it was just great play from him at the end there.
all right. It's finishing with the +4, but Edwards at Uno 7 times a pretty nerve-wracking lull. Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, I feel like some people could definitely just go for the +4 there, but had the confidence that he couldn't finish on the yellow to get that lineup to the finish, and it worked out well for him. So that's a good call there, good read, and that's kind of just how thinking through those plays really helps out. But we're going to start with game 3 here. MGR can't pick 12 or 7, so we'll see what he does. Possession arrow is going to flip over here, but going to be interesting to see how this goes. Goes
That
with,
11, yeah.
11. Had a 1 there, which is not allowed, but
One, yeah, or one, or
or
the fraction
111.
one, or yeah, the fraction 1/11, which doesn't make sense.
All right.
Well, there's the 1.
And a quick switch here already. Both power plays still intact. I mean, MGR tried to use it earlier, but got denied since it wasn't used correctly, so he still has it.
Yeah, I mean, that is interesting. Like MGR typically has that strategy to use up the power play, but towards the beginning, I feel like that's what I typically see from him. So now that he didn't use it and has kept it, maybe he's testing the idea of just waiting to use it late for later. Or he just completely forgot about it. But either way, it's still been pretty clean Uno right now. I haven't seen too many mistakes from either players, honestly. But yeah, as we go into the yellow, Edzo going to be content with that. See what MGR plans on doing with this.
I mean, again, look at this. We start on the red, but now we're just kind of going with the yellow here. So it's early. Kind of a bit of a slow
Okay.
play or a slow pace right now. That's kind of been how it's gone so far.
Yellow 8 now.
again, it's kind of just been a slow pace so far. There's not really a lot to comment on, especially early on in the game. Just kind of going through the numbers,
Yeah.
going through the motions.
Yeah, I mean, for MGR, I can't tell if he actually just takes a while
Oh,
to.
early +4.
Ooh, interesting. For MGR, I can't tell if he is actually just planning his stuff out and taking his time to make a move, or if he's like kind of preoccupied. But for Eddie, he's definitely hard focused on this game. But interesting start here with the +4 to go into a triple.
Yeah, I mean, a quick switch to the red there denies Ed the blue. I feel like Ed might have a play here, but we'll see what he goes with this. As the red skip, I mean, could there be a switch, or does he just keep it red?
Yeah, interesting switch
Double
there.
red skip.
Wow, this switch might have been a bad move from MGR.
Reverse. Wow, big run.
I mean, yeah, if this is what you need to get a game on, then I think that's
Green reverse. I mean, I'm wondering if this could be the finish here.
yeah. I mean, if this is the run, I mean, I feel like if
No,
there's a
green
time to get
0.
a okay,
I'm wondering maybe that was the finish he was saving up, possibly.
true, yeah, he's really just hoping he gets to where he wants to in the end, but does use a green 0, which might mean he wants to keep it green, but we'll see how MGR does in response.
Wild blue here.
That's yeah. I mean, that's fair enough, honestly.
And that
But
gives
it.
Ziemba Uno here.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was after a switch onto the red and then the wild blue here. So we'll see what MGR does in this situation.
Yeah, I think for MGR, he probably the best thing he should do is give him some cards because you never know what that last card is. You could have a guess. I mean, you could have a guess, but he chose blue, so I feel like you've got to stick with it. Okay, now this is where things get interesting.
That's I really don't know about that one. Yeah, I thought that's a
Oh
bad
my
play. You gotta
goodness.
you made a decision. You gotta stick to it. He did not stick to it. I think that's a bad play. MGR drops one here. Goes down. Drops one is 2-1 now. I'm grabbing something real quick. Yoshi, if you could throw a question to Ziemba real quick, I'll be right back.
All right. So for MGR, yeah. Okay. I'll type this in. I'll give yeah, I don't know. I'll give Ed a question where yeah, I mean you were basically forced to use some ammo there. But it ended up working out in your favor with the switches MGR had. So um did you kind of expect MGR to play into your hands, or did you think you just got lucky with those switches?
Yeah, just kind of waiting for Ziemba to answer there. I mean, I think that game broke down to the fact that MGR chose the wild blue and decided to not commit to it. I mean, I just don't think that's a great play there. If you make that decision on two, you have to stick to that commitment, even if it ends up wrong. I think if you just go dilly dally with that, you're really risking yourself, and absolutely bit MGR there. So that's probably a lesson he's going to learn for the future.
Okay, yeah. So really just a game where MGR was trying something. Ed got to Uno, then then he had a lot of greens. He wanted to take something there. It didn't work. So, and then yeah, and Ed, it seems more luck than just him really reading MGR. It was probably just a case of because I feel like the best thing MGR could have done with the wild was probably go back to red because he did switch out of it, which would have worked. So, but maybe he just didn't have any red, and it wouldn't have been. That's probably why he didn't do that. Still, probably would have been better to do that than to take the risk on the blue. Anyway, I think game 4 is we should be good for game 4, and it's the same thing for MGR here. For what he can't pick, he could go back to 11. He could go high or low, but he's going low.
This is
My
a
goodness,
bold call here.
this could turn the tides, and I think this is where the tides either turn really, really in his favor or really not in his favor. So he's really gonna, basically just seeing what the buck gives him, and he's gotta learn to stick to his plans now. You can't back out of it. So as we wait for the start. And if the start is a good card, that could also change the way the game is played as well. Especially if MGR is your choice.
I mean, looking at this, I mean, obviously in the 5-card start, the best thing you want here is a wild, because that could play huge in terms of lining up your path here. I've always said that's a double-edged sword, but I mean, that could be a real big help here when you don't really got many cards. And we got a yellow 4 to start.
Seen a few
And
yellow
a
starts.
early wild here. Interesting. Goes with the wild blue again.
So yeah, I mean, I think sometimes the early wild is a good thing because it's harder to read what your opponent really has. I mean, because you have more cards, so it's definitely an interesting move. But I can see why he's going for it. I assume he's gonna play he's probably just gonna play a number. But if he has the run, that will be something else.
Again, MGR just taking a bit. Plays the blue too.
Yeah, okay. It does play the number, so
this is sort of just a lineup here for getting this going here, because MGR is going to be down to 3 here, but Ziemba was able to play the blue, so don't really know what he's got here. He could be able to run it again, or he could get a switch. He power plays. Interesting.
Yeah, that's legal. You can do that. All right, so
that's interesting choice. If Ziemba uses his power play, he's got no more for the rest of the series. What's the call going to be here? He draws again. That was a very defensive power play there. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
We'll see how that goes. I mean, we've kind of historically noted that Ziemba's kind of had some weaknesses with the power play in the past. I don't think that's a terrible call per se. I know some people don't love it, but not great there. We'll see what MGR does here. That could have that draw could have disrupted his flow there, but I mean, yeah, because that would have put MGR Uno possibly. So down to 2 and throws Ziemba another to the boot.
Yeah, I think Ed was probably thinking in his head he doesn't want to be down 3-1.
Quick switch the red.
I don't know. How that's gonna go.
I'm not sure. We'll see what
I mean,
happens out of this, but
yeah, this could go well, but it's risk nonetheless.
yeah, this is a huge risk. We have not seen red at all this game, but MGR's only had that single draw from the power play, and it's a crossover switch to the 7 that might have caught Ziemba off his tracks there. So might be in a troublesome situation.
Yeah, that's a big pull for the number efficiency. Yeah, it's really gotta figure out what to do here.
Ooh, wild yellow. Oh
That's
man,
technically a. I mean, you could call that a rainbow.
gets it. Does get
What a
it.
way to, what a way to go through every color. That and it works out. I mean, fair enough.
All right, goes the yellow 5, and I mean for Ziemba here, depends on what MGR has here, but up to 2. Assuming
Yeah,
there's
this is a
not.
game. I mean, I feel like this is just a game where they both been taking like risks when they get to Uno. They just kind of go for something, and I mean, most of the time it's working, but obviously we had MGR messing up the game 3.
That's Uno there,
Oh,
and it's like I was about
5.
to say, this is really about not playing the wrong number here, and that might be costly. It depends on what MGR this last color is. It doesn't necessarily have to be red, but again, this is kind of the thing with these earlier lower card games. It's
Wow.
like what you really tough spot to guess what people have.
Ooh.
Cannot close it on red though,
Yeah, I think,
and
if
that was a block there, 100%. That was kind of a block with the red 9, but
okay. Oh, no way.
that's
Oh, okay.
off the draw. So MGR is really banking on a 3 here.
Yeah, I mean, even if he doesn't, like, this is still optimal for him, right? Because he could get top deck heaven, and then the game just ends right off the bat. But does he have the 3?
I mean, that's all what we're waiting for here at this point. It's either a draw or a 3 on a different color, and he does not have it.
Okay. Yeah, still putting the pressure on though, because if MGR gets a good draw, things could go very quick. But okay,
Another draw there. It
we're good. We're good.
doesn't get the top deck Uno again.
Yeah, I can feel a bit safer now.
And that's just gonna keep on drawing. So is MGR, so got a bit of a draw city going here. Just hit 5 minutes. And yeah, just kind of drawing on this red 3 here. So MGR gets a switch to
Ooh.
the blue, so I think that might free up both of them.
Yeah, I mean, you have to
Yep.
think about like how the power play was used. I mean, it's definitely been stalling MGR out quite a bit right now. I don't know if he had the finish had he not have used the power play, but or I mean, I guess it wouldn't have been a guaranteed finish. It would probably have just been to Uno and then something. But regardless, I feel like this has got to be a must win for
That's
Ed. And
Uno. He's
wow,
really running on the blue here. I mean, you had the blue 3 switch, blue 0, and then the blue 6 Uno. The
does he
tough
have a
spot for
6?
this is a tough spot for Ziemba here. Draws on the
Mm-hmm.
blue. Does MGR have the last blue to switch to get it? And he has a green 6 to close it
Oh
out.
my god!
Wow. So no blues there is going to cost Ziemba. MGR goes up 3-1, and even with Ziemba using the power play there, does not work out. Ziemba, what was the thought process for using the power play there? I was thinking it was more of something to try to defensively stall it out a bit, maybe get that draw to be something bad. I think it seemed to work for a little bit, but it just did not pan out in the end. Any comments as that as you're going to have to win the next 3 straight to get the job done here?
Hmm. Yeah, felt like I had to make a defensive move. It just didn't work out. I can see why, because The only reason why I can understand this is because, in the final game, if someone has a power play and is one away from winning, you can always think of it as, well, they're going to use the power play offensively. So at least here, like, you have more control of like stalling the game out and using the power play, because sometimes with a lot of games, if you both have a power play and then one person's like 3-0, they just use the offensive power play, which leaves the other player not even a chance to use theirs. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I still think it would have been better to see what MGR had, maybe. But yeah, not a horrible power play, I would say. It just didn't work.
Yeah, I think I mainly just gotta stay focused here. Can't let my guard down. All right, so Arrow's gonna jump over back to Ziemba here for this important game
Yes.
5. We'll see what he goes with here.
Just can't be 11. Oh ho ho. Yeah. That's when you know that's when you know he's making a big move. Like he's full sending it. Knows that he has to win 3 straight. He's got to start off big. Hopefully not end
Blue
on
6.
the full send. And we're having some normal card starts so far this whole series. Starts off with the Clint play, but then plays the blue 3. Blue 4. I guess MGR had the blue 4.
Haha, he says. A green 4 switch.
Yeah. Getting the switch in here. What? Okay. MGR should be able to run the green. We still have a long way to go. But maybe he goes for a switch early to match the switches that Ed is going for.
Or green 3.
Yeah, keeps it green. Oh, another Clint play. That's probably a switch into red. Wow. So we're coming back to the Edison Ziemba here.
A little bit of table talk on the on this match here. We haven't really seen this in past games.
Yeah, probably noticing the Clint plays, but yeah, trying something different. I think it's fair, especially with a lot of cards. MGR is rolling with it right now. I think the main key here is if MGR remembers that he still has his power play, because he could have easily just thought, "Oh, I didn't use the power play. Now I lost it." But um, probably I don't. He probably still knows, but it's just a case of if he forgot or not. Okay, where I don't know how to respond to that one. I feel like we've seen a lot of 4s being played. Oh wait, yeah. Oh wow.
Tries to play the rare +3, doesn't seem to have it. but does play the +2 there, so gives MGR 2 cards.
Is this Ed getting a little bit more nervous here? I mean, we haven't seen this many mistypes in the whole series.
Tries to play a +45,
Plus
doesn't quite work.
45. Hold.
+2.
Okay.
All right.
We're going to +6 for MGR now. Big run for Ed. Green 5 closes it. Quickly plays the green 6. I feel like MGR has had some inconsistent pace management, but I mean, it doesn't seem to be harming him. Throwing out the images and seeing what sticks at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
That is
Zam posting
a good image, though.
just a lot of random stuff going on with Zam, but I mean, 16-6.
Okay, he checks the table twice. Green 4. Huh? Oh, okay, yeah. So, runs out of green. MGR has a chance to close this gap that Ed made for him. Yeah, fair enough with the podcast. And okay, misses the green skip, but is gonna probably play it next year. Going on a bit of a run. Going back. Oh, that's back to red. And another 4.
We've been seeing a lot of those 4s throughout the entire series here.
Yeah, an interesting strategy to just use them up right now.
That is an interesting 7-11. That's an interesting switch, though, especially with Ed drawing on the green. We will see how that pans out if MGR maybe just didn't have any more greens. And again, Ziema just continuing with the table talk here.
We'll see if he actually, if this is
draws on the red 4. Wow.
That's a funny thing to do after that GIF. Oh my goodness.
Red skip, another run coming here. No, just a double.
Okay. All right, yeah. So a double play. He's really I think if Ed draws, I think this will be tied up. Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. Just for never mind.
9.
Still in the lead, but not by much.
Again, this is a big game for MGR here because if he wins this, he's gonna pretty much be out of this relegation battle here. I mean, he's sort of in the middle ranks here, so obviously a loss here could have put him in danger tournament 5. But if he could get this win right here, he should be safe going into next season. So
we haven't seen a whole lot of wins from the people in risk of relegation. So this would it definitely is gonna be a big win if MGR gets it. Now Ed starting to gain some control back. The switching.
Yeah, again, MGR definitely someone who's looking for that series win, but excuse me. Yeah, we're kind of just looking at this quick switch to yellow from Ziemba after the MGR draw.
Oh my god!
Interested how that's gonna go.
That's the first time yellow's been played. Pandora's box.
Yeah, 8 minutes in.
Yeah, I mean this has got to be something for both. Okay, yellow 8. Yellow 0. Really wanting it to stay yellow. MGR is okay with that and goes with the yellow 2. Yeah,
Plays
okay.
plays a yellow card.
It's
Bit of a warning.
1.
It's one yellow card, as he signified in the GIF, just a singular one. If it was 2, that would have been a red, but
That's the 1, yeah. MGR is he's still got some yellows to play. He does. Yellow 4.
Goes with the skip here with he had the yellow switch before, so maybe a bit of a run, could just be a double though.
Yeah, I actually don't know where he's at in cards, but he actually might be pretty close. So this could be the finish for all we know, but maybe he's just getting close to it.
+4 thrown down.
Oh, that's big. That's I mean, you would think that's gonna be it, but we'll see if he can get to it.
And that
Yeah,
might wrap it up here.
this surely is it here.
That's it.
Wow.
10:44 on the clock. Ziemba gets one back here, makes it 2-3 here. Good stuff to Ziemba there. Any thoughts on that? I mean, that's game 1 down of 3 that you needed to nail the fight back. But what were your takeaways from that game? What are you looking at as you have the away stand here for game number 6? Your
Whoa.
thoughts? The DVD player moving in someone's brain. So
All right. Yeah, might as well just not reveal your strategies anymore and just play the game.
I mean, yeah, definitely not a bad strategy to go with, but we'll see how that ends up panning out. Well, so we'll see how the cards are. All right. So I think with that, I think we just jump into game 6 here. Tries to check the table with no game to be found. So a bit of an early jump there. Goes with 9, so bit mid range, but on the lower end.
All right.
Wild
Yeah, it could.
start. All right.
Wow.
This is gonna be interesting for MGR here. Chooses the blue 2. We'll see how Ziemba responds to this, but I've always said this could be a double-edged sword, so we'll see what MGR goes with here. In terms of the longevity of this blue 2 start. So Ziemba's gonna run with it for now. Plays the blue 1. We'll see if MGR keeps it going. 8-8. Only 28 seconds have passed.
Okay, goes for the table check while MGR is prepping his next play.
Plays the blue 0, so might want to keep it blue for a while. We'll see if Ziemba is
Yeah.
fine with that.
We've just been counting down so far.
Keeps it blue. And I
Okay.
mean, MGR's just kind of running the blue so far, so the blue stay has been working out, and
Wow.
Ziamba gets the switch on the red.
Yeah, starting off the switches here, we'll see if it continues. MGR might be able to be content with this red. Okay.
+4, they go
Whoa.
into the blue, going on the
Wants to keep
aggression
it
here.
blue. That is the wow. I don't even know what to say. That is interesting.
It's an aggressive play from MGR here. We'll see what Ziamba does to respond.
Yeah, he could respond with aggression or just try to get back out of the blue at this point.
Can just play it cool as well. MGR could have used up all his ammo here. Goes with the blue skip. We could
Okay.
see a color switch here. I mean, we've seen a lot of these triple color switches, or these triple run color switches, but no, only has the double.
Huh.
Goes with the blue 9.
Plays the same card as MGR did to finish that triple.
Maybe a slight test here.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Blue 7. Yeah, wow. He has a lot of blues. Ed
Yeah,
looking for something to switch.
this has been an insane draw so far because Ziemba's just been MGR, not Ziemba. MGR's been just running on all these blues here.
Yeah. Might
And
have
it's
been really
Uno on yellow 7.
okay. I was gonna say, it might have been really good for him to get that wild start because he started on the color that he had like so much of, and now he has yellow to
Oh
work
no,
with.
wrong one. And
Good
throws the +2 for the
+2.
slap there. Prevents him from getting the win. Prevents him from getting the win. And
Oh
yeah, throws a
my
+6. I
god.
mean, I have to wonder, like, if MGR had the yellow there, I don't know why he did not power play because the game would have been wrapped up there. So if he did not, if he had the yellow
I
there, I am not sure why he didn't power play. But um,
yeah, that would be pretty bad if he had the finish but just didn't even power play because of whatever. Um, this is gonna set him back pretty big though. So really, it's gonna come down to if MGR can bring this back, but in this case, I mean, the green 8.
goes with the cat dance there. Um, I mean, just kind of rolling and draws on the green. So that was a bit of a defensive move there in the end.
Okay. Yeah, at least closed it out so that it wouldn't have stacked +2. So see how far MGR can run through with this green.
Table check there, 5 to 6.
Okay. Guess he didn't think he was still that close in cards with MGR, maybe. Okay, he had another +4.
Yeah, that's gonna
Or
be
he got you got another one.
MGR has just been aggressive with these +4s here.
I'm really hoping that like oh
That's a
wow.
switch to the red. We haven't seen that in a while.
You know, I mean, he didn't want it earlier, but from that +6, he might have it now. So
I mean, only a single red the entire game. That's the red 6, and MGR
oh my
still does
god,
not have the red.
that I think that Caminette has a lot of them. Let's
Red
see.
red skip from Ziamba.
Okay.
Going on a bit of a run.
Look, gets
Closes
the
it with a
triple
2.
down.
I mean, this is really just placing down the right number here, and he does not place down the right number there.
Oh,
Blue 2
man.
switch. Does he want that switch, though, or was he wanting to keep it red? Anxiously waiting here. This is a very important game because if Ziemba loses this, he will be done for July. Reverse?
Oh, we got another reverse.
Listen, I mean, he's looking close here, so. Blue 4.
Okay.
Blue 8.
Blue 8.
Doubles up.
Oh, man. Yeah, I do feel like they're both close. Oh
For the
my
2.
goodness.
MGR is at 2 cards. Ziemba has 4. That's a good table check there. Nothing
Oh
on the
yeah,
blue.
he ran out. So MGR looking for Uno, doesn't have it.
No, nothing on the blue has finally ran out there. And we just have a draw on this blue 8 here. Just kind of waiting to see what these players are drawing because this could be a draw city, but this also could be bailout city as well. Not
Yeah,
the only
that's
time we've seen this before, but
yeah, I mean, I've seen a lot of bailouts, but I mean, I feel like that's kind of been dying down a bit compared to how frequently I've used to see it. So, um, but yeah, it could definitely still happen in this game here for MGR. I mean, he could get something, and then which allows him to use the power play to finish it off. Still a lot on the table.
MGR taking a while on this one.
Oh my goodness, what is this?
It's a +2.
Don't tell me this is a draw. Don't tell me.
It's a
Oh my,
draw. Oh man.
you're
Let's
playing with
see.
fire with that one.
Oh man, I am not sure if that's gonna pan out well here. Ziemba draws
Okay, I
again.
mean, oh my goodness. Yeah, I just I'm just surprised he went for that. Doesn't really do much because Ed still doesn't have it, but I feel like the moment he gets it, he's gonna go for it.
And
Well,
Ziemba gets
all
the
right.
draw, blue 5, so it gets off the +2 here. So MGR, I mean, looking for a switch, but also could just still be stuck in no man's land. Just about to hit 10 minutes as he gets the green switch onto the green 5.
Green. All right, yeah. Draw City could potentially be over here. Where are we going? Yeah, okay. Table check. That's a fair one to make there. 8-3. MGR is still pretty low. Oh no. Oh
Oh
no.
man, this is not what MGR needs. He cannot be making these mistakes right here.
Yeah, that could be a game-changing move.
And there's the green 4 right there. It gets off the 5. I mean, you just cannot be making those mistakes. The pressure is absolutely getting to MGR here. And draws there.
Oh
That's just
my
not that is
goodness.
a major mistake to make in this situation. Just cannot do that. And a
Double
double
green
green 4.
4.
Sort of the self ditto there.
He needs something off the draw at this point. I don't think his hand can save him. Okay,
Got a green one. And Ziemba's just running this green.
As long as it's not 5, he's cool with it.
As long as he doesn't play a number to get the switch as well.
That too, yeah.
I mean, it's another draw from MGR. We'll see if Ziemba can keep running the green. He can. Goes to the 6.
Really going around 5.
Green 0. I don't think he's going to play. I don't think he has the 5 anyways. And if he does, I mean, green 9. Ziemba is just running these greens here. This has got to be absolutely agonizing for MGR here.
Oh my goodness, yeah. None of these numbers are working. Ed could definitely take this game the way this is looking, but we'll see if he can get there. He gets the wild yellow.
He gives the wild. He's going to give the wild here.
No, but that's, I mean, yeah, he is, but that's
it reverses to the 5.
I think this is check for Ed to see if he can get it done.
I mean, I think MGR would have thrown a +2 there if he had it. That's a clean play. It should be a yellow reverse. Gonna wait for the retype here, but it likely will be the game here. Yeah, there it is. Yellow reverse, and so I think this is going to go to game 7.
Game 7.
Just waiting for Ziemba to play this card. And there it is, the yellow 3. 12 minutes, 59 seconds, just under 13 minutes. We are going to a game 7 here. I mean, Ziemba, you've brought it back to this point. You still have MGR with the power play, so it's still a slight disadvantage here, but you are 1-1. You do have the possession arrow. I forgot to switch the possession arrow for that game, but it was MGR's call. Yeah, so Ziemba, how are you feeling 1 game away? We've reset this down to game number 7.
Yeah. I feel like he's definitely getting a fun game, you know. What a series this has been. Some interest. I mean, I feel like it started off clean and then it got a little bit interesting from both sides. Now it's just, does MGR like remember that he has a power play? I don't. That's the big question that we're all thinking about.
Gonna throw the question at MGR here. We'll see if we get a response, but if he wants to make the last one count, this is gonna go to game 7.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see if he remembered it or this question is gonna remind him. But I feel like he's really got to make sure that if he has the option to do it, he's got to go for it, because now you're both 1 game away to win it. So. Regardless, Ed is doing really well to get to this game 7. So now we're gonna see who gets it done. I mean, definitely an even matchup though, with both of them actually making mistakes. But I mean, it seems to be evening out to the game 7. So.
I mean, it's either one of us together going, and I do have a lot of respect for Seb. We'll come back except for mid low. So, alright.
Okay.
Gonna roll to game number 7 here. Last game of the series. Ed gets the call here. We'll see what he does.
You can pick 11, 15, or 9. What are you gonna do? This is gonna be the dagger for whoever wins this last game. Yes, it
Yes.
can't be 11, 15, or 9.
14 goes one down and wants to go long.
Yeah, I mean, he
And
probably did that because he wanted to do the full send, but couldn't, so goes one lower.
just hit midnight here in the EST, so kind of this game kind of bleeding into the next day. So
Yeah,
midnight game 7 here.
I guess I could see if we've reached an hour in game time as
Wild
well.
+4 start game 7 off. That's
Oh,
huge.
oh no way. Okay, we're 4 minutes away from another hour series. We're probably gonna get it. There's no way. I'm making sure I added this correctly. Yes. So yeah, this is probably gonna be an hour-long series. So anyway, now this goes into Ed's favor. We have seen two wild starts, one where MGR had the home and one where Ed had the home, but very different card starts. So that's going to be interesting. MGR both playing the yellow 3 2 times in a row.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just hit a minute here. I mean, this game could go long as is 14 cards. However, we have seen some of these longer card start games just go really quickly to the end. So
Yeah, MGR actually picking up the pace compared to the most of the series we've seen. Gets the switch into blue.
yeah, potential tempo change here in this last one. I mean, again, Ziema started on the yellow and then he goes off the yellow here, goes to the blue. MGR is typing something up here and he's gonna go with one up with the blue 9.
Okay. Oh yeah, with the beat reaching midnight, the holiday bot updates. Ed going. We're seeing the Edison once again going to switch into green.
Mm.
All right, keeps it green. MGR not really gonna go for switches, but Ed, wow, he's making this a very interesting final game. He is Edison right now.
Yeah, again, just another switch there. I mean, going back to the blue. I mean, we ran green for a second, then a light switch. So
Blue one. Oh boy, we see our first ammo card in the reverse. And just goes for a double though. With the 0. MGR keeps it blue. But Ed has more.
yeah, I mean, Ziema just keeps running this blue here.
Here's where the switch comes into play from MGR. This is where it definitely gets interesting. Wow. We're seeing
Wild
kind of a
blue.
reverse of a previous game where MGR really wanted blue. Now Ed really wants blue. But he has a response at the +2 going with another wild and goes into red, which is a new color. He can run with it. MGR bringing this down with the red 2. Ed's still able to run it. Red 3. He's putting the pressure on for sure. And another red 1 from Ed. Oh, he runs out.
I mean, double
Up.
checks the table. It's 3 to
Oh
3.
my god, that's a
This
crazy table check.
This is a very critical moment.
He
Switch
gets
to
the
the blue to
swing
go
for
to
the
2. That's
blue.
another blue switch. MGR
It's
has it, so it's 2
2-2.
to 2.
No, 2. Oh yeah, it is 2-2. Yeah. No, Ed, can he do it?
It's
He
Uno
gets
for
to
Ed.
Uno.
MGR
MGR
cannot call.
cannot power play.
He cannot. What does MGR do here?
Oh my,
He has
no.
nothing on the blue. Does Ziemba end it? No, he
Oh
doesn't.
my god.
Ziemba does not get it here. MGR up to 3, Ziemba up to 2. Very, very close game here still.
No way, MGR top deck. No,
Draws.
okay.
Nope, draws again. Doesn't have it. MGR's kind of been
Because
like flailing for most of this so far. Wild
I
green
mean,
bailout here. This is check.
oh
And
man,
that's
yeah,
it.
that's game.
Oh, man.
MGR does not power play. He messes it up. Oh man.
Leaves the power play open, and Ziemba is going to come back from 3 to 1 to win it. Unbelievable stuff there. Um, I mean, Yoshi, any thoughts on that game personally? I mean, that was kind of crazy how that ended there. Ziemba, despite having no power play and MGR still having his, makes it through. And Ziemba is going to go on to the next round, going to ride that wave of momentum he had from May here. When it was looking deary earlier, but how are you? Any thoughts on that one? As we're going to get a comment from the winner in a second.
So yeah, I mean, the way I can really put into perspective is that both of them didn't use the power play well, in the sense that for Ed, when he used it, he did end up losing the game that he used it on. For MGR, he just didn't use it at all, and so that essentially was like, and for both of them, it definitely became a problem where MGR just struggled figuring out when to use it, when he messed it up in game one, and then just didn't use it after that. He's really got to figure out how to use the power play. I mean, for Ed, at least he's trying. MGR, after trying it once, just didn't try it again. So I think he's got to look into that moving forward, because I feel like that's the biggest thing that's keeping him away from winning these games. Now he's still in the relegation battle, but this 4-3 is gonna help him quite a bit, though.
Yeah, we're just getting a quick update on this battle here. Keep talking though.
Okay. But yeah, great stuff from Ed to show the resilience. Even messing up the power play, still able to bring it back. Like, we saw some mistakes he made earlier. He was throwing some Clint plays pretty frequently, but then brought it back into focus and clutched up with the wild off the draw. I mean, what a bailout to have. That was an insane ending, and it was great because when he had that wild, he got to Uno, which prevented MGR from power playing, and that was just the perfect time to get it. So everything worked out for him when he needed it, and now he's really gonna prove himself against the T3 champion Bad Brad, which will be a really good match, I think. The way Ed was able to come back from this, I mean, we've seen Brad come back from a lot. So we're going to see two players who have been able to really come back from pretty low points. And I think it's going to be a good clash of play styles. So good stuff to Ed to keep his chances of even like Super League alive. I mean, because the way, he's still quite a bit away, but this is definitely what he needed to keep himself in the running, because now he's starting to build it up, and now he's got Brad, where if he gets that win, will be monumental.
Yeah, again, I mean, before we get a comment from our winner here, I mean, here's the updated battle. I mean, we were talking about how MGR maybe needed a win. I mean, he is at 14 game wins on the season, so I think he actually might be okay here. But obviously, you don't want that series win. MGR, again, the disappointing season is going to continue. I mean, but we're going to get a comment from our winner here. I mean, Ziemba, 2 tournaments ago, you didn't even have a single win in the league, and now you've made it out of the first round of back-to-back tournaments. What's the thought process here, especially after you were able to bring it back from being 3-1 down here? I think a lot of people would say that in the past that would have been something where you wouldn't have been able to bring it back, but I think you're really proving a lot of people wrong here and showing the evolved gameplay here.
Yeah, if we look at the people that are still in the relegation battle, like I don't even know how many have even like how many in the 0 to 1 win club even got a win? Is anyone?
The 0 to
Well,
1
oh,
win.
Peter. Well, there was Peter. There's Peter.
Peter and Bowtie were able to get out of it. We're only showcasing the people who have 1 win and 0 wins here.
Oh
Again,
yeah. Well, what about Retro?
I don't. Retro was at 2 wins, I believe. Well,
Oh, okay.
one of
Yeah,
them
yeah,
was
yeah.
a
I think you're
DQ
right on
win,
that.
but that still technically does count. Just puts you all automatically at the bottom. But um,
Okay, yeah.
y-
So
y-
just still not a lot from just yeah. I mean, I think for the people that have been able to make it out have um are really in a good spot at this point. Um, so like, I think it just puts more pressure on those who haven't played yet to really take advantage of everyone that's not been able to get it done in this tournament.
I'm just gonna jump to the bracket pod quickly as I just grab something for tomorrow's action here. I just need to pull it up. Where is it? Blanking out. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of just like an interesting situation for Ziemba because, I mean, this has kind of been a big evolution for him throughout this entire year, to be honest. So I think in general he's done a lot to prove that he has more to offer than a lot of people think. And I think it's really just been a great season for him overall in terms of improvement because last year was really a whole gigantic nothing season, and now he's kind of just coming out of his shell a little bit to show what he's capable of here. Going to quickly go back to the stream. Um, but yeah, again, that's the schedule we have. We'll post it up on the actual stream in a second. But yeah, came a long way. Not knowing a crack under pressure takes things slow, and then you leave the quote shortly. But again, looking at this relegation battle, of course, it's gonna be interesting. The players in the bowl are the ones who have yet to play. We're gonna have 3 of those play tomorrow. I mean, and we're quickly gonna put up the matches for tomorrow. We got 3 of them. We have Nam versus H at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Nam, a very important game for him. Kind of been on a downward spiral here. This is going to be a real test to see if he can get out of the funk he's been in since the end of March. And H just not been a great season. Would like to make sure his name is out of the relegation battle for good to get a win there. A lot of people think he's better than 1 win, and he's better than what his resume shows right now. So we'll see if he's able to go up to the task and get the job done. And then 2 very, very big games when it comes to below the cut line here. Myth versus Varigold. I mean, Varigold, runner-up of Super League last year, still has not gotten a win this year. Is below the cut line. We have 3 people left on the 0 win column to have not played yet, but I think a lot of people would argue those are the 3 people who have the best chance of getting that win. So Varigold's going to be the first one to take a crack out of that big 3. Tomorrow goes up against Myth, who had a very good tournament last time, and then 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, another late night game. It's going to be Lara Hugo going up against myself, another one in that 0 win group. We'll see who ends up getting the job done there. Lara Hugo kind of in the middle, looking to push himself possibly into the Super League Top 25 to maybe get into the bubble conversation, and then of course myself trying to just get out of the relegation battle per se. Again, jumping over to the go to stream one time. I mean, if we're looking at, I think a lot of people are doing hypotheticals for the 1 wins right now because it's really just about if one of these 0 win players wins. If none of them win in the next 2 tournaments, then I mean that's kind of a little disappointing because that makes this bubble a little less interesting. But I mean, here's Ziemba quote. We'll read Ziemba's quote and then we'll just jump back into this because I think this is important. Gotta say, attempting to come back gets my heart racing. Last big comeback try was against Yepes back in April. At this time, I made a comeback and finished the job. My opponent MGR didn't make it easy. Truly felt like a mental battle. I had great quality match. Look forward to using this momentum into the next round. Again, just jumping to the bracket. He's gonna have to go up against Big Bad Brad in the round of 32. So that's gonna be a big challenge for Ziemba. We'll see if he's up to the task to take down the May Masquerade champion. But again, jumping back to this relegation battle, I think the one main thing on this that a lot of people are watching out for, not necessarily this, but I mean, if one of these 0-win players wins, I think this is really the area where a lot of people are watching out for. We have 4 people in the 1-win column that have only 8 game wins. Aiden Smith currently holds the win percentage tiebreaker with 8 and 17, but then you have 3 people with 8 and 19, and if that stays the same and there is a 0-win winner, and assuming this is still the bottom spot, this could very well come down to average finish, or even a head-to-head if for some reason these players play each other, which I kind of doubt that's going to happen, but you never know. But I really think this is going to come down to the wire if one of these 0-win guys is able to get the job done and get a win here. And this is going to be a really interesting battle to look into Tournament 5. If, again, this all brings on the fact if one of these 3 people can get a win here, either tomorrow or I believe Monday for Mac. I'd have to double check that, but it's you got to keep an eye on it. It's really going to be a battle to watch out for. Yoshi, any last comments on this one? I mean, though it is kind of late, so we're probably going to wrap this up, probably head to sleep, but any last comments you'd like to make on this match?
Nothing. I feel like I gave my thoughts about both players. I'm curious to see how Ed does against Brad. Really, it'll be a big win for him if he gets it. I feel like that will actually put him in a position where where Super League is looking very possible. But if he doesn't, he's gonna have to hope for maybe another run in T5. But still a good start for him, especially to get that comeback win.
Absolutely. So we'll see how that goes. But again, that'll do it for us. We'll see you all tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. for Nom vs H. But until then, on behalf of Yoshi and the entire commission team, I'm G-Man. Thank you all for watching MRE today, and we will see you tomorrow. Until then, have a great night, everybody.